Hey everyone, Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something that's going to be very fun, I think. We're going to be playing Dark Revenge Avoron, and you're probably thinking, what in the world is Dark Revenge Avoron? And you would be right to think that, because it's not your usual thing. Now, we do have a problem here. We have 4 alteration dice. I am after a very specific set of gods. We want... This is 1. We want Nin, and we want Summer, and we want Justice a lot, but we don't have to have Justice, but I think Justice would make this a lot better. So let's go ahead and take Rock Shield, and you're going to see when we take Rock Shield, we're going to have a few more rocks than normal. That is because we have +4 projectile missile, or power missile count. We also have +97 power damage. We also have just a flat, almost 300% damage, and 140% damage to undamaged. But the exciting part of this build, oh, and 125% luck, is this, Dark Revenge. When you are attacked, there is a chance of Black Lightning strikes your attacker. With our luck, it is a 45% chance. It scales with power damage. And, most importantly, it seems to scale with power projectiles by making it chain. For example, if any of these guys are ever able to hit me, you will see what actually happens. That is what happens. Once we get to slime wave time, it will be zapping everyone. Oh, and we hit Summer naturally. It's the dream. All right, I'll just take intensity here. So the other thing we want is flare. It's the other ability. We're basically, the idea here is that we are a flare, rock shield, Dark Revenge character. And we can go into like reprisal or retribution if justice if we want it to be. Now, Legong does offer lightning bolts, which is legitimately very good. I just don't want to do it in this build. That's all there is to it. That's not saying you shouldn't. It's just not what I want to do. We could go for fear, although I don't really want to, so I'm going to use the ever rare triple banish dice as an alteration to skip a level and see what we get next time. Not typically what you want to be doing, but I also don't feel like this build necessarily needs... I didn't feel like I needed to roll into what I wanted before I started this run, just because... I don't know, he feels like he's got it all, right? Feels strong. I think the Dark Lightning kind of covered us. Whatever came up. And as long as we had Rock Shield and our Flare, it was gonna work out. Okay. It is what it is. So, that being the case, I'm just gonna take Rampaging Attack. And we're gonna banish a lot of his stuff. So, no Justice. We're just going to be Nin and Summer. I guess we really don't want to... I guess we really don't want to take a dash, because once we take a dash, that's going to unlock a lot of stuff for Crom. I will say what's interesting about what we have going on here, just to look at our gear for a second. We have 1.7 Master Offers. That's natural. That is because we're using Big Head instead of a normal headpiece, which gives us an insane amount of armor. We have 77% damage reduction right now, so we're very tanky. As far as the talent tree, we're using this setup, which is extra armor, reduced damage taken, as much luck as possible, as much power damage as possible, 15% global power damage, power area, and then as much power attack to power damage as we can get, plus tectonic plating for our armor. Then we can upgrade our abilities to master and extra expert offers and add up to expert. So we just aren't going to get legendary abilities, which hurts a little bit with Crom being one of our gods, being that his like whole appeal, generally speaking, is God of War. All right, I'm going to banish all of these? I'm gonna banish all of these. Seems weird. All right, luck is huge here if we can get it. I'll take curiosity. That's fine. This is a very, very weird thing we're after. I'm going to take this because the other is going to reduce our expert offers by way too much. And we still don't have flare. And flare is a big part of the game plan here. Because once we get, like, we want expert serendipity for the luck. And then once we have flare going, we're going to absolutely just crush anything that tries to attack us. Now, unfortunately, I only have one Dark Revenge piece for Avoron, so I wasn't able to, like, equip more. Hopefully I can find more. That's what I'd like to do. And try this again with, like, a heavier luck build. But currently, this is what we're rocking. Notice we got hit by that guy, and we're still at, like... We took 1 damage, I guess. Just rather ridiculous. Not exactly great, but I'm gonna go for the strategy of not banishing stuff from the gods that I'm after, so that I can try and banish everything from the third god, which is Grom in this point, the god of war, so that I only see the other two. That's gonna be like my strategy. I don't know if that's really gonna work, but we're gonna try it. Because realistically, right, we banish this, we banish this. Every time he shows up, we just take War Pact because it's really good. War Pact's great. We're always happy with that. In the current version of the game, it's just fantastic. I'm leaving auto attack on just to have the extra, the rocks being thrown, because they do significantly more damage if they get tossed at someone. And yeah, so we're playing at Darkness 90, mostly because I haven't unlocked Darkness 100. This would be one to do it. I think 10 max HP is a huge effective HP buff. Here, I think actually going to turn off auto attack for the slimes though, and we're just going to stand still. Let them come to us. Seems appropriate. Yeah, this build doesn't quite AFK, because, well, one, you have to level up, obviously. Adept Flare. I think Adept Flare is good enough. Like, Adept Flare is hitting for 700 to 1,000 at 77% chance. That's crazy. And it's firing 5 bolts. That's not a small number. Plus, we have Dark Revenge going off. Yeah. All right, so power area is nice here. Rock shield, obviously nice. Yeah, rock shield over everything, right? But we're not going to be... Again, the strategy is banish everything from war. And just go a full Nin Summer projectile power build. We would have been much stronger if we had just stuck to Lei Gong and gotten lightning bolts and just walked around, but I didn't really want to do that. All right, rock shield to master. Fine. As much as I... Okay, we do need to do a JoJo's run soon. I keep talking about it, but it's like Rock Hands just is not a very good spell. But I'll figure something out. Some weird cast build, maybe. But yeah, this is a good one. I was messing around with this earlier. I didn't finish the run because I had to stop. But I was like, okay, this was cool. And I didn't do with all the... I had all this projectile gear on, but I ended up with like Justice's aura and Fear's, and not Fear's aura, Mort's aura, which is Fear. So I was like, okay, so that's like not even the way I intended the build to go, and it was working really well. So kind of figured this was gonna work. Seems to be doing that. Okay, if we banish charge, right? Take War Pact. And then don't take any dashes. I'm pretty sure that once we max out War Pact, Brom's just no longer there. Now again, we do have reduced XP gain because of the helmet that we're wearing, so it's kind of important that we make use of our levels. Like, can't be too crazy with it. Oh, please, expert serendipity, please. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's actually huge because of the way it works. It's actually going to put us at, you can see stats, please, 159, which puts us at 85 flare and 52% dark revenge. Pretty good. Pretty good. I was like, wait, luck doesn't affect rock shield, right? But if it did, though, obviously a bit of luck is being wasted here. Build layout of gods I have ended up with. I would much rather turn some of those banished dice I had into alteration dice. It just, sometimes you don't get it. I'll take movement speed. I don't think we really care too much about evasion, and I would rather get more shrines. All right, this guy's just gonna die. I'm just gonna walk around him though. I'm gonna give him a hug. Come here, friend. Come here. Come. Come. And he's dead. Okay, well, that's one way to fight a necromancer. I'll upgrade rock shield. More range, more damage. Faster rock respawn time. Having 7 rocks is a little bit better than 3. If they can ever get projectile velocity to work on the rocks, though, it's going to be absolutely absurd. And by that, I mean, whenever they decide to add it. I don't think it was a conscious thing like, oh, we tried to do it and it didn't work. I think they just like didn't put it in. As much as I would like to. As much as I would have liked to have had that happen, we don't. I've also succumbed, and I did end up buying the WoW expansion for those curious. Intro was kind of crazy. I like that. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's WoW. I'm enjoying it. It's my relaxed time, right? Feels right. Death Knight main as always. Although apparently you get like 5% XP for each max level character you have, so I could see myself playing like a bunch of different characters. Because some of these things look awfully cool. I like big plate characters with giant swords. I also like being able to farm transmogs on different classes. That's why that wasn't in the game 10 years ago, I don't know. But enough about WoW. Let's talk about Act 3 and what it is going to entail. So a lot of people, I've seen a lot of posts like on Reddit recently of people asking when Act 3, what's Act 3 gonna have in it? So firstly, it seems like people just aren't looking at the news posts on the Discord or Steam. To those people, if you're watching this video, well, one, I clicked off the screen, but if you're watching this video, we'll take it to today, sure. The Act 3 patch is going to have another character and another class, another god, more skills for some gods. We don't know how much, that varies. This dev team likes to do big patches rather than a bunch of small patches, typically. So we're gonna get a whole new map. Look, I'm not saying the map is going to be just like, it's called the Gloomwood, I believe. It looks very are we combusting? No, we're not setting anything on fire. It looks very much Diablo 2 Act 3 to me. And I don't know what character we're getting. Now, I know a lot of people want like a druid. You would think we'd get some type of medium armor class, which a druid would kind of fit that because Scotty's currently sitting alone in the medium armor gear. That's not necessarily the case. I think most... I was gonna say most likely the character they add will be thematic to the area, but I think it's more likely that the god is thematic to the area than the character. So I would more so expect some kind of nature or plant-based focused god, like tree god, forest god sort of thing. Persistence, yeah, I can do that. Whereas the character, it could be just kind of whatever they're feeling like. So I wouldn't, I think bets on character are just literally up in the air. There's no way to know. So you could say that technically with the characters in the game, we only have 2 ranged characters and what, 1, 2, 3, 4 melee characters. So another ranged character would fit that. We're also going to the woods, but we already have an archer. Like, we just got an archer, so that's probably not going to happen. It's a weird thing, and you have to think too that talent trees are now getting introduced with each character. So each character is in fact more work than the previous characters. So talents have to be kind of thematic. So if you do add some type of druid-esque character, there's probably going to be some like summon component to the druid. If you have a summon component, then you'd probably want to introduce that character with the summon AI rework, which is a whole lot more, you know, it's a whole nother system to add. So like it's there's a lot coming. And it's very hard to speculate about what exactly is coming. All I know for sure from my talks with the devs that I can like share is that it is easily planned for this year. It wasn't like, because I had asked, I was like, are we getting it this year? Because I personally, I wasn't sure. I was like, is this like a January thing, you know? And they're like, oh yeah, for sure. So take that for what you will. Now, they didn't tell me really an estimated date. They're just like, you know, we'll get it done when it's done. Right? That quality over quantity. Especially now that we're doing this beta testing stuff, we might I wouldn't be surprised if we end up having an Act 3 beta branch for, you know, 2 weeks to 3 weeks before the actual act comes out. And a lot of things could be broken in that time, which is fine. There's enough people in the Discord who just love breaking stuff, myself included. You guys have seen it in some videos, and some of these videos actually work out because they are able to show like, hey, check out this interaction. Probably shouldn't work this way, you know. But we don't even know when this patch is actually going live either. So and this has already been pushed back. This balance patch, big flare upgrades. For the reason we're taking the flare upgrade is because the % chance to cast flare. That's why it's better. Persistence up is fun, but rock shield's just more power. What is flare at, by the way? 125% chance. Oh, that's pretty good. I think flare would solo the game at this point with the current stats we have and how many it's firing. Kind of feels like it. Well, we are going to get dragon, so let's see what happens. I guess I'll turn on attack now so we can start throwing rocks. War pack level 5. All right, so we shouldn't see any more War God stuff get melted. Absolutely melted. Give me more rock shield. So there's still uniques I'm looking for. I still haven't refound the Voodoo Helm, unfortunately, which is part of the Nixie cast build, so that's a thing we're after here in this run specifically. Well, just like in general while we're still doing Act 1. But I've still been like catching other stuff. Although all the ones I found like off recording, which I've done a little bit of, I found like the Samurai Hat, it hasn't changed. I found Braconite, which had like 50% summon damage on it, which is like whatever, who cares? It doesn't. You can get like a 40% summon damage jewel that also has 24% adept offers, so you never use the 50% summon damage jewel. So I really think that that item specifically, Draconite or whatever, that unique should probably get changed. I know it's a tier 1 item, but it should probably just get changed to just be like summon a fire dragon instead of an onyx dragon. We just got a fairy. Holy shit. 141. And more importantly, 72% for Dark Revenge. That's nice. That's really nice. We'll go... You know what? I'm gonna go Persistence now. I'm gonna go Persistence because I want to make the fireballs a little bit bigger. The flares, if you will. Kind of wish flares set things on fire. It would be such a quality of life, because everything Summer does is all about enemies being on fire. And like, I don't know, it would help combust. It would make the flare, it would basically make Summer power build more viable than like, I don't know. It's weird, right? Because you go in there for flare, and she does have plus power damage, which is good. But combust is just so bad. Even after the buffs, it's not what you want. I guess I could take it. I've got plenty of slots, though. I'll take 20 armor. That's actually insane. I'm also kind of just now realizing how casually we're walking through Darkness 90 with Avoron. I'm curious if it would be this easy on Act 2.
I favor your
What? Oh. Yeah, that's fine. That's acceptable. I guess I forgot about that little detail. And we can also upgrade it to Master, so... The thing. I'm pretty sure you could also get... Okay, well, there we are. 110% more damage to barriers. And bosses. See how we do against, these... Oh. Actually, this clears because their dash triggers flare. So they shouldn't really be able to get close. As soon as that red line goes up, it's... Hey, you, fuck off. what was that? He just, like, appeared inside me. I don't think that's PG. This is crazy, though. This is the way the main game is meant to be played. Just strutting around, letting all your things do the job for you. The rocks are getting bigger. They're not massive yet, but it's progress. We're also almost level 30 despite wearing this stupid XP down helmet. Which, admittedly, not necessary for the build. You don't have to go for that. I just didn't have a better helmet. I feel like if I had a helmet that had, like, +2 power projectiles, I 100% would have used that instead of what I had. I just did not have a heavy helmet that did that. I think I had a bunch of light helmets, but no heavy ones, unfortunately. All right, more power area. We got frozen. It should definitely turn on attacks because the rocks reset so quickly now. How broken would it be if the rocks absorbed projectiles? Are not absorbed, but like if they blocked it, right? If they like, you cancel a projectile with one rock. Would that make the skill bad? Also, this is gonna go crazy. Yeah, no one's getting out of here alive. This is a ridiculous way to do this fight. At level 32. He gives up, he says. All right, give me more flare. I could have taken combust there, but still wouldn't do anything. 174%. Higher chances of double casting 5 flares when someone attacks. Yo, Avoron's just insane. Actually, just everything in this patch is insane. You just kind of do what you want now. That's the way it feels. You can just do whatever I want to and make it work. If you commit to the right gear, you know? If you obtain the gear and put in the work to get the combo of the right gear, you can make a lot of builds happen. This is a good example of that. Get shit on, Dracula. Get absolutely shit on. All right, how much damage did... I assume Rock Shield gets the win here. And I'm also going to guess that Dark Revenge doesn't even have a tracker, as that tends to be the case. Rock Shield, 18.2k. That's pretty good. Flare, 5.3. Mostly because it didn't get a chance to. Rampage acted a little bit. That is a finely focused build, and it could have been a lot better. I was goofing around with this. These points could have been here. Could have been way stronger. That build's dumb. That build's really dumb now. Let's do our usual end of video thing that I do, where I look over the... Well, these are all tier 1, so we're just going to sell all of our tier 1 stuff. I'm just making sure there's no uniques that I found that I missed. I need more money because I'm spending it so rapidly. Then we're going to look at the shop. But while we look at the shop, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the video. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all watching. I do hope you enjoy. And I will see you tomorrow. But in the meantime, do we want the sword? Summon Avoron to summon count to effects. I mean, it's pretty good. Dash, nah. Summon, damn. Another summon stat. Attack. Dash, nope. Nope. Crescent Moon Headpiece. Yes, I want that. Black Chain Lightning. Strike damage. Okay, for the Strike Avoron build, we will take that. We will ignore these things. That's terrible. Fireway is not it. 88% attack damage, 20% speed. I mean, it's close, but mostly no. Mostly no. Yeah, those are all misses, but these are interesting items. We spend more than we gained again. But anyways, see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Check out. Bye.